Looking for a dress that combines comfort with a professional, tailored look? In today's tutorial, we are modeling this stylish tiered maxi dress with a classic shawl collar. I'll show you how to draft the pattern for both the sleeved and sleeveless versions, ensuring a perfect fit and a clean finish for the skirt layers. It's a versatile design that's perfect for any special occasion. Let's dive in. For necklines that open below the bust point, it is better not to open the neckline from the shoulder. Doing this will cause a gap in your fit. If you do open the neckline from the shoulder, you must take a 0.6 to 1 centimeter dart. This is an important tip to always remember. Please note that in the basic pattern, I already took a dart on the CF line. This new tip is completely separate from that previous dart. Always write down all the necessary notes on each pattern piece from the very beginning. Make sure to number every piece. Mark the grain line on all your patterns so that when you lay the pattern on the fabric, you won't face any issues. Keeping your patterns organized is the key to professional and clean tailoring. I am taking a 0.5 centimeter dart on the curve of the princess seam here. I do this based on my personal experience. Taking this dart on the curve ensures that the bodice sits beautifully and accurately on the body. These small refinements are what make your garments fit look truly professional. Always mark the notches on your pattern and make sure to transfer them onto the fabric while cutting. This will ensure a clean finish and prevent any confusion during the sewing process. Marking these points is essential for a professional and accurate result. Now we need to design the break line of the collar. Let me explain what this line actually is. The break line is the exact line where the collar folds and turns back. Designing this line accurately has a great impact on the final look and stand of your collar. To start, I extend the shoulder line and mark 2 centimeters on it. Now I draw a line from this mark down towards the neckline opening. This line we just drew will be the foundation for designing the shape of our shawl collar. Now we need to place the neck point of the back pattern onto the front pattern. Watch closely what I am doing here. It is very easy. Just make sure to position it exactly as I do, so that the back and front necklines align perfectly. Next, I place the set square so that its base lies exactly on the front shoulder line. Now, for this specific model, I position the end of the back shoulder 7 to 8 centimeters away from the 90-degree angle of the square. Pay close attention to this angle to ensure the collar sits correctly at the back of the neck. Now I am copying the back neckline curve and the CB line. This step gives us the exact shape of the back collar. Make sure to copy the lines precisely and cleanly so that the collar fits perfectly when you join the pieces together. Now we are going to design the collar itself. As you can see in the model, the width of the collar reaches the middle of the shoulder. So I will mark this same width at the midpoint of the shoulder. This point helps us draw the overall shape of the shawl collar correctly. In this design, the collar is not very wide at the bottom, but it is wider at the shoulder. Always pay close attention to these details relative to the model you are designing. The collar design must perfectly match your chosen style so that the final result looks exactly like the reference. Notice that the width of the collar, when it folds back, is measured from this break line. So when you are designing the width, remember that your measurement base is this break line. This ensures that after sewing, the collar sits on the chest exactly as much as you intended. Now we need to extend the break line towards the back until we reach the CB line. I am marking 3 centimeters for this section. Next, I connect this new point to the 2 centimeters we previously marked on the shoulder. This step completes the design of the collar's fold path around the back of the neck. For the facing, you can either cut this entire section as one full piece, or you can design a separate facing just like I am doing here. To design the sleeveless bodice, I made a copy of this basic pattern so I could explain all the details to you. This allows us to easily apply the necessary adjustments to the armhole and shoulder on the new pattern without changing the original base. To start, you need to open the armhole 3 centimeters at the side seam. Also, move into centimeters from the shoulder point and redesign the armhole curve. Just be very careful to apply these exact same measurements to the back pattern as well, so that the side and shoulder lines match perfectly. As you can see in the photo, the first tier of our skirt has less gathering compared to the lower tiers. So, whatever amount you choose for the first tier, double it for the second and third tiers. For example, I added 10 centimeters of extra space for the first tier, so I'm adding 20 centimeters for the other 2 tiers to make the gathers look fuller and more beautiful. To design the buttonhole, first we need to take this measurement and mark it on the pattern. Then, on a piece of paper, draw a frame with this length and a width of 8 centimeters. Note that out of this 8 centimeter width, 2 centimeters are reserved for the seam allowance. Following these measurements ensures your buttonhole is placed accurately and cleanly on the garment. Pay close attention to the back pattern. If you design the garment with sleeves, you should only drop the side seam by 2 centimeters and redesign the armhole, just like we did for the front. However, if you are designing it sleeveless, make sure to drop the side seam by 3 centimeters and move into centimeters from the shoulder before drawing the new armhole. Maintaining this balance between front and back ensures the garment fits correctly. You have 2 options for the dart. You can either sew it on the garment for a more fitted look, or you can transfer and eliminate it from the side seam right here. For the skirt gathers on the back pattern, we follow the exact same steps as we did for the front. Any amount of extra space we added to the front tiers, we must also apply to the back. This consistency ensures that the volume of gathers is uniform all around the skirt, giving the garment a perfectly balanced and beautiful look. As always, to design the sleeve, first carefully measure the armhole of the front and back patterns. Then check this total against the sleeve crown measurement. Remember that the sleeve crown must be slightly larger than the bodice armhole to allow for proper easing. Based on the sleeve pattern lessons I gave you, verify this amount, and if the crown is too small, be sure to increase it. Now, to ensure the sleeve fits perfectly on the garment and the crown has a better shape, I am slightly reducing the shoulder length. This adjustment creates the necessary space for the sleeve crown to sit properly on the shoulder, preventing any pulling or bunching in this area. Pay close attention to how much I am removing and the way I do it on the pattern. The design for this model is finished, and now you have a complete and precise pattern in your hands. All the details we discussed, from the collar shape to the skirt gathers, will help you create a perfect garment. Just remember to apply all the markings accurately on your pattern. To enable me to prepare even better tutorials and more attractive models, I need your support. By joining the channel and introducing it to your friends, you give me the greatest motivation. Thank you for being with Ladybird Designer. Until the next tutorial, goodbye.